Happy Friday. How's your week been? I hope everybody is having a wonderful Friday. We are going to go ahead and get started outside, to be honest. This has gotten pretty overgrown, so we're going to go ahead and take care of it. Also, the roses have seen better days, so I'm cutting them back in hopes that they come back fuller. I don't know if you're supposed to cut them back in fall, though. But they had a lot of dead limbs in them and things, so I thought if I cut them back, maybe they'll come back better next year, because typically that's what they've done in the past, but I don't know if I've let them go too long and if they've got too much like disease and rot, so we'll just see what happens. But the intention of cutting them back is that they will do better. But so anyways, I am going to go ahead and get these cut down. Also, for anybody new, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Bethany. I am a wife and mother of 2, and I do anything home basically, outside, inside. So I do cleaning, DIY, not on a large scale. If it is a large scale, I'd rather build a porch than I would a cabinet, just because I don't know why. I just feel I've done that before and I'm more confident at it, I guess. But so anyways, I do DIY, homemaking, cooking, sometimes cleaning all the time. I think that's it. I don't know. Random DIY things. Just whatever. So if that's your jam, be sure to stick around. I'm sure we'll have lots of things going on. Also, I do yard work. I also do gardening. This year my garden did not. It was thriving till it wasn't. And then it stopped surviving, and it's totally fine. But we're going to go ahead and get this garden taken care of and cleaned up. Okay, so there was a really dead plant there, and it's pretty bad when the weeds look more like a plant than the plant that you planted. So we're going to get that pulled out, and then I'm going to go ahead and trim this back before it gets too big and unmanageable, because if you let it go, then I feel like the branches get too thick to cut through with loppers or with pruning shears. I think they're shears, pruning scissors. Oh no. So I'm going to go ahead and get that cut back, and this random tree that keeps on growing pulled out. But also, that's another one of those random trees in front of the azalea bush. I don't know what it is, but I've cut it down so many times. It really wants to be in my yard, and I really don't want it to be. But I'm going to go ahead and get this weeded. Also, I got those gloves. I stole them from my husband. I stole a lot of things from my husband. But they have like the gripper on them, and they work really good for pulling weeds. Honestly, and I usually don't wear gloves, but today I wore gloves, and I'm kind of glad I did. I should wear gloves more often because my nails were not destroyed, and it made pulling these weeds a lot easier. So that was a win. I have been meaning to get out here and do more of the yard things this summer, and I just have not got a lot done outside. I really spent more time, and I don't know if it's because I worked on the kids' rooms and then the laundry room, or if it was just because how miserably hot it was. The day I did this, actually, we had a heat advisory, so I'm pretty sure we had a heat index of over 100, and I luckily got out here pretty early this morning, and I was trying to get it done before it got really hot, but I did not accomplish everything that I wanted to get done, but that's okay. go ahead and cut the top of this off just so that way it kind of stunts its growth, because I don't want these really, really big. In fact, the size they are, I'm pretty happy with. But oh yeah, this guy, he's been chilling dead in my front yard, just waving at the neighbors and everybody who goes by, like, no big deal. So anyways, I'm going to get that pulled out. But also, hydrangeas, if you cut the blooms, do they rebloom? Because I was just curious. I have not done that, but I just was wondering. This is the second year I think I've had those in the yard, and I'm not an expert at anything, but just curious. I was thinking the other day, I was like, I wonder if I cut those off, if I deadhead the ones that are dying, if they'll come back again. But I do have two different types. I have that one, and it gets the more colorful blooms, and then I have, like, I think it's called the limelight, that likes more of the full sun, because that one likes more of the shade, and the other one's like more of the sun, I think. I'm not 100%. But also, I'm going to go through and get some of this pulled up out of the berry bed. And then these, what are these things again? Morning glories. They are a nuisance and a half, and they're my mom's flower, and she always gives me junk because I pull them up, and then I'm like, Mom, they take over everything. And then she got some in her garden, so now she knows how it feels. That's what you get. Just kidding. Love you, Mom. But so anyways, I'm going to cut these back and get these pulled out of these tomatoes the best that I can. I'm going to go ahead and pick what I can out of these aromas, because they were having bottom rot, but I actually got quite a few out off of them today that were pretty good. So that's a win. But if you notice, look at all those vines. They're everywhere. They have taken over my garden. And the beds that won't grow anything, they still are thriving. But also I have this other kind. So I have the typical, like the purpley blue morning glories. And then I have these ones that are a vine that has like this little tiny white flowers on them. And I don't know what they are. But to be honest, I'm over the vines. They're driving me insane. And if you don't have a pair of garden scissors, they are literally your best friend when it comes to this. Because typically I would sit here and pull, but I just go through and cut and then pull. And it makes a huge difference. Look at it. And then you can just pull them right off. But they still are wrapped around the fence. But my mom did say she saw where if you take the weed eater and run it up the fence, it will cut them off. So I may try that, not this day, but I may try that the next time I get out here to mow, because it's already gotten way too hot. Okay, so I think this is the last thing I'm going to try to get done today, because you can't even get up the stairs. So I'm going to cut all that off, and then I'm going to call it, because it's really hot. Okay, I happened to notice that drip that was by the little vent thing, and looked in here, and this thing is disgusting. And I cleaned this within the last 3 weeks. I have no clue what happened in here. It is gross, though. What in the world is that? I didn't reckon or realize, because my kids had been unloading and loading the dishwasher, and it was disgusting. It honestly was. But I did pull the little trap out, and that had a lot of stuff in it. So I don't know if that maybe caused the buildup. But we definitely went over what that trap was for. So hopefully it don't happen in the future. But I am 99.9% sure I have cleaned this thing out in the last 3 weeks. But it was disgusting. So we're going to get that wiped down, cleaned, and all the things. And then also, what is the other thing? Oh, I got the dishwasher cleaner. The little bottle that you put in here to clean it. I'm going to run one of those and get that sanitized. Also, I came in and took a shower. Don't judge my hair. It's just air drying, looking like a hot mess. But I wanted to get this done because I seen it. We're going to get it taken care of. Also, that's supposed to be cleaning my dishes. My dishes probably are disgusting. I'm going to go ahead and get this laundry folded. But if you've been here for a while, you know that laundry is my nemesis, and it has been. And I honestly just thought I was horrible at it. I had a horrible time managing it. I would wash and dry a lot of laundry, and then it would sit in baskets, and then I would fold it, what was left that didn't get thrown in the floor. And since I started telling myself, no, you fold it or hang it up when it comes out of the dryer, we don't have that problem anymore. We still have the problem of it making it back to where it goes, like in dressers and things, but I don't have dirty clothes or clean clothes going back in a dirty floor and getting rewashed. So I honestly believe that if it's something that you struggle with, it is not you. You just have to find a system that works for you. And this is what has convinced me all of this. So if you have a space that you struggle with or whatever, just try to figure out a system that will work for you to trick yourself or whatever you have to do in order to accomplish the goal. This is what works for me. And if it works for you, great, use it. If it don't, that's okay. Just keep going until you find what works for you. But I'm going to go ahead and get another load of laundry going. And then we are going to go get Bean because she had a day at the groomer. Normally, I just take her to get her haircut once or twice per season, just depending on how thick. Hers isn't as bad. Frank really needed 2 haircuts per year, and she did well with 1 this year. But since Frank had passed away, she doesn't like. She had a harder time her first time going by herself, so the lady recommended just bringing her more often. So today she didn't need a haircut, so I just got her what is that? A bath and her nails and all that stuff done. And she did fine. She is getting more used to the idea of going to the groomer. So this day was a real doozy, and I think my hair just shows for that. It's gotten crazier as it goes, but that's okay. Me and my husband usually go walking in the evening whenever he gets off work, and at this point, it got sweaty and it was sticking to me, so I just stuck it up in a bun and I left it, and it's totally fine. I will take another shower before bed, but I'm going to go ahead and get all of these tomatoes washed and all the things. I don't cook this evening, but I do include what I make with the tomatoes. I made goulash, and the way I do that, I cook onions and tomatoes down. I add salt, pepper, garlic powder, and Worcestershire, that sauce, and then I'll cook that down, and then I also make ground beef, and I'll season it the same as I do the tomatoes, and then add in macaroni noodles after I cook those first, and then pour all of it together. But my husband loves goulash, and I actually really like it too. It's pretty good. My kids, they're all right. They don't really, it's not their favorite, but that's okay. And then I also threw some Sister Schubert whole wheat rolls in the oven, and it was really yummy. So I'm going to finish up with this kitchen, and then I am going to call it. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you're at. Remember, today's a blessing, and I hope I see you on the next one. Bye, guys.